Hi, this is Diana Allard. I am the CTE Curriculum Coordinator for Genesee Intermediate School District. This video series is to help teachers of Michigan State-approved programs complete the annual CIP Self-Review. The suggestions presented are simply examples of what can be submitted through CTE Navigator. Once you've logged in to CTE Navigator, choose CIP Self-Review, then choose the program link that you are required to complete a CIP Self-Review for. We are dealing with C10 for this section of the video. C10 is the implementation of program standards and course content. The following pieces must be included to complete C10: the CIP-specific gap analysis, the syllabi for all courses, including the course description, program delivery model, CIP-specific safety training, work-based learning experience for each student, and student leadership development opportunities. If you have not completed a gap analysis before, you can find your gap analysis under Resources within the CTE Navigator site. There is a listing for each program and a template to use to complete your gap analysis. For this program, this Excel document includes all of the standards that are required to be taught as part of the program. As an instructor, you will need to evaluate or rate the performance element standards, which are listed here for each section of your gap analysis. The rating scale is listed above, and these are the segments which are part of your program. If you have a standard that you are not teaching, you need to provide a program of improvement, plan of improvement. You would indicate what needs to be done, who is going to do it, and when it will be done. Once the gap analysis is complete, you'll save and upload this as evidence for Section 1 in C10. Your gap analysis will go here. The next section asks for the syllabi for all courses. This is an example of a 1-year 12-segment syllabi. It's important to include the current year and the course number that is used in the MSDS system in which students are enrolled into. The new teacher toolkit will also provide information about what is required to be part of your syllabus, what components, such as the segments, the pacing, the CTSO, recommended academic credit, articulated credit, and work-based learning. There are multiple syllabi listed here because this program has a Q and a Career Essentials piece. Make sure that you include all the syllabi for the courses that are part of this program. These will correspond to your program delivery or your segmenting document. Here's an example of a segmenting document. Within this document, you want to ensure you're including the course name and the course number as it appears in the MSDS system to which the students are enrolled. You'll also want to include the program serial number and the CIP. Based on when your course is being taught, you'll indicate which segments are being taught and when. In this example, there's a second year or Q portion to the program. So the course name is listed again along with the course numbers, and then the segment that's listed is Q. This also has an online component for Career Essentials, or the career piece of the curriculum. This is why there's an additional listing here with the course name, one segment identified, and the course numbers. Again, ensure that all of your syllabi are included in the first section to match your program delivery model. Examples, templates to use for your program delivery are found on this link. The next section asks for CIP-specific safety training. This evidence indicates the student numbers and the safety training that they were given during the course of the program. You do not want to include student name in this section or on any documents that you're uploading to this site. The next section asks for work-based learning experience. All students should have the opportunity for work-based learning that is appropriate to your program area. There's a link here for the work-based learning guide found on the Michigan government website that will give you specific detail on what types of work-based learning experience your students should have. This is just one example of what can be included to show that your students had the opportunity for work-based learning. Again, this is not include first or last names, but it includes the appropriate student information, and it shows what the work-based learning experience was along with the current date. The next section asks that you provide evidence for student leadership development opportunities. This is one example of a leadership opportunity within this program. Again, student names are eliminated, but it indicates that every student was part of a VEI leadership conference along with the current date. This concludes the section on C10, Implementation of Program Standards and Course Content.